Welcome to Beer Untapped with Perry Miller, the podcast. I'm joined by Seth.
Hey, welcome, guys. Thanks for finding us on the internet.
Now, these shows originally aired on Brookings Radio, but now they're all here for your enjoyment. I hope you like it.
There you go. Sit back, enjoy the show, relax. Let us know if you want to see anything on future shows. As we said, this comes out live in the Brookings area, but enjoy this archive episode.
Beer Untapped with Perry Miller. Welcome to Beer Untapped with Perry Miller. This weekend marks the return of a Sioux Falls event that started out as a music festival, but as of late, also features South Dakota brewed beer. John Snyder is Director of Sales and Marketing for 605 Magazine. They're the ones behind the 605 Summer Classic Beer and Music Festival.
This is the 7th year that we've done the Summer Classic, and we started it because we wanted fun local music to have a bigger part in some of the events that we hadn't seen that happening in, so that's kind of what we've been doing. And every year we've tried to do as much music as we can over the 2 days. So it's been 5 bands a night and $10 a night, or $15 for the weekend. So it's pretty reasonable. But the last year and then this year, we basically got a chance to add an all South Dakota beer tasting. So we're highlighting only South Dakota breweries. And last year it was a hit, and this year we have more. Last year we had 9. This year we have 12. Everyone had a great time last year. Everyone that participated last year loved it and is coming back, including Wooden Legs from Brookings. And it's really an excuse for us to get a bunch of beer together and music. So it's a party.
A South Dakota-centric beer fest still doesn't happen all that often.
It doesn't, and when it does, it's usually not just by itself. So people want to try the stuff that maybe they think is harder to get, that's farther away. So they're not focusing on the things that I think they should be, which is the amazing beer culture that we have in this state right now.
The fact that they can now feature beers from 12 different South Dakota breweries showcases the growth taking place.
It's exponential. It's been great, and we've got to know a number of the people behind the breweries. I haven't met one yet that I haven't liked. They're great people, and they have a passion for it, and they do it well. I mean, everyone has their tastes. There's one or two that isn't for me across all of them, and even the stuff that I would think isn't for me, a lot of times I really like. We want to support it. So 605 Magazine it's been going on for about 8 years now. That's what we wanted to do. We wanted to be a statewide publication for a slightly younger demographic, focusing on kind of arts and entertainment and people doing, good, positive things across the state, and support that and be a reason why people don't necessarily graduate and just move away to a bigger city, to highlight what's going on in the state. And if we can help do that with the beer culture too, I'm all for it. It's awesome. And plus it's an excuse to stop in and have a couple pints.
As you heard, Wooden Legs Brewing of Brookings will take part in the 605 Summer Classic. Seth Cook says it's a great event.
It's really highlights South Dakota breweries, and it's a celebration of the 605, what's made here. It's a celebration of music. It's a celebration of summer. And, it's a great chance to not only meet the brewers, but to hang out with, people down in Sioux Falls that like brewers, that like local music, that just enjoy the atmosphere.
More on the 605 Summer Classic when Beer Untapped continues.
I'ma be alright. You ain't gotta be my friend, and you ain't gotta love me. And I'ma be okay. You would probably bore me anyway. You ain't gotta love me.
Welcome back to Beer Untapped with Perry Miller as we talk about the 605 Summer Classic Beer and Music Festival. John Snyder with 605 Magazine says they try to keep this very affordable.
We want to make it an opportunity for people to come out and just experience the South Dakota breweries. And they're helping us out to try and keep the costs down. Everybody's, just trying to get a chance to get together. And I honestly think they all want to get together and hang out too, because that doesn't get to happen enough. But yeah, it's $10 a night. So Friday for music, 5 bands, $10. Saturday, beer tasting and 5 bands, $10. You come in, you get a strip of tasting tickets. If you want to buy a full beer after that, feel free. If you want more tasting tickets after you've had your 4 or 5, feel free. But yeah, we didn't add any cost to the model that we've been doing for the last 7 years when we added the beer tasting. And we're hoping that people appreciate that and come out and check it out.
This year's event features 12 brewers from South Dakota, but it's also about the music. That's how the event began.
The music's going to be really, really fun. Friday's a little more indie rock. We have a band out of the Twin Cities called Hippocampus. They're a newer up-and-coming band, but they're blowing up right now. They're fantastic. Heatbox plays before them. And then there's 3 other musicians before them. On Saturday, we have Brother Ali. He's an indie hip-hop mainstay legend. He's fantastic. And before him, Nico McFadden, who grew up in South Dakota and has moved around and has most recently lived down in Nebraska. And I think he's moving back. Don't quote me on that. But he's so excited to be opening for Brother Ali. And we have 3 bands before that. The music is just going to be – it's family-friendly up until probably the very end of Saturday. There might be some adult language at that point, but at that point, your kids are probably asleep anyway.
Seth Cook at Wooden Legs Brewing says it's nice to be part of an event that helps promote the local music scene.
The local music scene is growing. The Aberdeen has a great scene. Sioux Falls has an ever-growing scene with the White Wall Sessions and just their outdoor music. And, of course, we can't forget, the music scene that's growing here in Brookings, including the Downtown at Sundown series, which is going to start taking place here for 7 Thursdays, again, at the end of the year. And then we have open mic and those things. So, it's cool to support different forms of art. I think brewing is an art. I think food making is an art, and definitely music is an art. And it's good to hang out with the creatives and just see the different ways that people can apply their talents and share it with other people.
The 605 Summer Classic Beer and Music Festival is held at Sharapa Place on the east bank of downtown Sioux Falls. Hey, that's it for this week's show. Next week, our special 100th episode. Until then, drink local and drink responsibly. Thank you for listening to this archived edition of Beer Untapped with Perry Miller. Feel free to listen to other episodes, and if there's anything you'd like us to talk about on a future show, please let us know. Thanks again.